I'm going to make a wild comment. Um, Reserved people are the most demonic inside. Hello? Did you see the title of the video? Now I'm asking you again, are you ashamed of your desires? And why is it matter? Why do you have to care about it? Why is it a concern? And then did you see the thumbnail caption? I said, repression feeds your demon. Sit down and listen to this video, because at the end of it, you're going to learn how to own your desires that you were ashamed of before, and now you use it to fuel your growth and success. It's no longer a secret. Now it's your empowerment. But it takes a process, so finish this video. I have testimonies that I've collected over times, okay? It's based on my own experiences, and it is what I observe. I noticed this happening a few times, the same pattern recurring over and over again. I talk about it, but in a different lens. But somehow this time, I guess I have accumulated much enough for me to actually discuss it from another lens, point of view, which is your repression. What is it that you are repressing? You're restraining your emotion, you're restraining your desires. We have to talk about it. And don't worry, no judgment whatsoever, because it's a process in life. It's a process to grow. First, you notice it. I think I kind of like this. I think I kind of like that. But somehow, your belief system, okay, whatever that was projected onto you by your environment, basically your authority around you, your parents, your schools, your belief, religion, whatsoever, wherever that is, that belief system, that structure do not tolerate your desires. All right. So now you feel conflicted. It's like, oh, I have to keep it to myself. Some people keep it to themselves and they just shove it in the corner. Like, I do not want to look at it at all. But somehow you can push it far. But it's your desires at the end of the day. So you're still going back to it. You're still going back to it. I still going back to it. And I still kind of like, so what is it that you got? And then I'm like, oh, I feel bad doing this. I'm so ashamed of doing this. Why? Ashamed is a low energy. Ashamed out of fear. Fear is connected to your root chakra. Root chakra is your lowest chakra. That's your foundation. You start with your lowest chakra, the red color. Fear. Whatever keeps you in fear, you do not want to know it. You do not want to find out about it. When you don't find out about it, you keep it in the darkness. You do not have clarity about it. Whatever you do in darkness, it brings you chaos. Because you are unclear, like, how do I approach it better? No, you do not know how to, because you do not want to know. And then you just act however you want to, and you create chaos. That chaos do not just hurt you, but it also will eventually hurt others. Let me just give you testimony and then we'll discuss from there, okay? Yesterday, I was scrolling on TikTok and I came across this one videos, like random videos. So Malaysian, if you know Kak PM, she was doing live, and then his son was with her, and then his son was reading the comment on the live stream, and then his son saw somebody was talking about his mom's back because she was wearing a biker pants, if not mistaken, biker short, but that biker short is sheer enough for people to see a reflection of her lingerie under it. The thing is, let me tell you something, okay? People were hamming at the mother, the KKM, okay, talking shit about her, talking shit about how she do not have pride. Oh my god, she's shameless, and why is she like exposing herself like that, blah blah blah. But first and foremost, now this is out of topic, but I'm just letting you know, okay, biker short, all right, those type of pants that you wear at home or even when you go outside, right, the sheerness sometimes is intentional, sometimes it is not intentional at all, okay. Sometimes you care about the quality, sometimes you just don't care. You just want to be comfortable and you don't even know that it's sheer. People only can see that it's sheer because she's doing a live stream and she turned on the ring lights. So the ring light kinda amplify the clarity. It enhanced the views. And now people can see through her pants and see that lingerie. It's not that it matters. Not that it actually harmful in any way or form. But it's harmful to people who make dirty comments about her are people who have a repressed desires. Clap, 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 clap. Those are people who have repressed desires. Those are people who pretended to be like, oh my god, I am a people of this religion, I'm this culture, and I am pure. I do not do bullshit like that. It's so shameful. I have my pride and I am modest and whatsoever. Okay. You are whatever that you say you want to be. But somehow, when you encounter something that you have never owned, your desire, the one that you hide in the corner, is going berserk inside, wanting to come out. The moment you see it manifest in real life, you do not know how to fucking act. Why? Because you keep it in the fucking darkness. When you keep it in the fucking darkness, you never learn the values of it. And when you do not learn the values of it, it show up in reality. You don't know how to act, but the desire push you to react, to respond to it. And then make stupid comment about her bodies and whatnot. I come back to what happened. So his son went to tell her about it, and they get an apron and then like help her mom tie it to cover the back, okay? Because her mom sometimes turn her back to the camera because she needs to get something in the kitchen. So yeah, he covered it up, and then people start making assumptions like, oh my god, her son is ashamed of her mom's behaviors, but her moms just do not care about it. Bitch, who the fuck are you to make comment like that? Okay, it's repressed bitch. Repressed bitch make comments like that because repressed bitch never had a biker short. Repressed bitch never had a short like that. Repressed bitch never seen anybody wearing that short before. Repressed bitch have like corn desires, hiding in the dark room, watching corn, and now that shit is something that they're ashamed of, so they never owned it, they never trying to understand its values and whatsoever. And now that they see in real life, they go crazy, they go berserk, they do not know how to fucking react, and they react crazily. Wild people, repressed people, reserved people are the most demonic inside. If you're the type of person who just repress your emotion, you repress whatever the fuck that you need to say, you do not say it, you repress to yourself, you keep it to yourself. Reserved people, you see somebody so non-fucking-chalant. Some people nonchalant because they're nonchalant, but most of the time they're nonchalant because they are reserved. They are reserved. They are controlling themselves too much. And what are they controlling? Something that they are ashamed of. I don't think I should act this way. I don't think I should act that way. And then they shove it in the corner, shove it in the corner, shove it in the corner. But reality poke them, they go berserk. They make stupid comment at you. Even when I say they, it could be myself. I could be talking about my own experience, because where do I get all this information? It's all based on my own experience. Honey, like I said, it's either my own experience or it's either based on what I've encountered and I observe it. When you reserve too much, you keep shit in the dark. When you keep shit in the dark, you cannot see it clearly. When you do not see it clearly, you do not know its value. When you do not know its value, you do not know how to act when it show up in front of you. So you go crazy, you go defensive because you're trying to hide it, and now it's before you, it's in front of you, and it makes you go crazy. But somehow it's good to be crazy because at least finally it was brought to light. It's in front of you. The moment you start acting crazy towards it, and then I go back and reflect, like, damn, I was crazy about it. And then the more I have the opportunity to continue involve myself with this situation that finally show up in my face, right? It was in the corner before, it was in the dark before, and now it's in real life. It's now conscious, it's no longer subconscious, it's no longer hidden, now it's out in the open. When you deal with it out in the open, it helps you make your judgment clearly. Now you can use your brain, now you can use your heart, whatever is it, your sensory that you want to use. Now you can perceive it with clear senses, and the more you deal with it, the more you learn from it, and the more you gain clarity about it, and the more you know the value, and then now you know how to fucking act right. You no longer act stupid like before, but you just have to act stupid first for you to initiate the process to grow. When you grow, eventually you use it as a fuel to empower you, and now you empower it, and now this is no longer a shame, this is actually your pride to thrive. It's just from that one video, and it already reminds me of so many things that happened in the past. These people act like that, go wild about the views of her full moons, a beautiful whatever the fuck they're going on, all right? And they make comment about it to shame her for showing that side of her to the people. It's like, oh my god, our religion won't let us look at these kind of things, but here she is showing us to us, displaying it to us, and we don't know how to fucking act, but we are reacting to it like motherfuckers who don't know how to act, basically, because motherfucker was never taught how to act. If you're not Muslim, you're surrounded by your grandmothers wearing sleeveless in the house, blah 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 blah. You're used to it. Whole my life I have surrounded myself around multiracial people. Sometimes I surrounded by just my race, and then sometimes I go diverse. I hang out with different race, like all of them is that race, and then I just join in. I really that shameless. I like diversity. I could just throw myself in any situation. I be friendly with Kelantanese. They ask me, it's like, how the fuck are you Kelantanese as well? It's like, how do you speak? How can you speak our accent? Because I am autistic. That's why. I picked up the accent from TV shows. Anyways, and then you see me work in a field filled with Chinese people, and then you see me hanging out with a bunch of people from opposite gender, and somehow they call me pick me, call me whatever. At the end of the day, I get job done. And what's the job done? The job done is expressing my truth, and I know what I'm doing, and it's serving my highest good. Okay, do I have to explain it? Okay, let me just say it like this, all right? Basically, the conclusion is I have hang out with all different type of people, all different type of groups, blah blah blah. I observe the environment. I learn in that journey to fuel my wisdom today. What I got to say about it is, when I hang out with my own race, which is all of them is Muslim, right? They are Muslim, right? So they're kind of reserved type of people. They're conservative. They cannot do so many things that other people can do. And so I once worked with this bunch of reserved people. Honey, that shop is placed in a compound filled with subcultured people like me. Subcultured people is like, who cares wherever culture you came from, wherever religious background you came from, belief system you came from, you kind of have this whitewash in you. You kind of have this Western wash in you, colonized mindset in you. So this compound is filled with this type of people, right? And somehow these Malays get to open a shop there, but They have opened the shop way before I start working with them, but they still stuck in a fucking cave mindset. They always make stupid comments about people's outside of their comfort zone. So they always make comments about when they see somebody is wearing sexy clothes, wearing hot pants, wearing blah 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 blah. They will make comments like that type of comment. I never heard it from other people who are used to it. People who are used to it, when I say used to it, it means that you are in that community, you are subculture yourself, and you're not reserved. People who own it, who are not ashamed of it. I never heard people like me make stupid comment like that when we see ourselves. People like us everywhere, you know. But these reserved people, though, they sit together and they make stupid comments like, "Oh my god, look at how sexy they are. Oh my god, I don't know how to act." You've never seen that before? I thought you over your shop there forever. Like, why are you acting like it's your first time saying that shit? Because they are reserved. These motherfuckers are reserved, and that whatever that's going on that make them act crazy is their hidden desire that they shove in the corner out of shame, out of fear. So whatever that you shove in the corner out of fear, you do not want to learn its values because it's in the dark. If you're in a dark room and I show you this, can you even tell it's metallic? Can you even tell its values? Can you even tell there's eraser to a blah 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 blah? You do not even know these values. You do not even bother to learn its values. And when you do not learn about its values, you act whatever to it. So these motherfuckers act whatevers to beautiful girls expressing themselves very whatever the fuck they want to wear, even if they don't want to wear anything. Girls expressing themselves in buffet. And then we have a creepy motherfuckers going crazy, do not know how to act, and sometimes like go to the table like and what do you want to order? And then one time, this one guy, I have told this story before, this one colleague of mine was like, "Hey, let me show you, this girl is not wearing any bra and I can see her almonds." And then I was like, you know what? I may look like I'm supporting him, but the thing is, I'm a expressive person. I love boobies and I love girls. I love beauties. I love bodies. I'm not ashamed of it. I love it. Okay, but I do not act crazy like that. When I see one, you're just like, "Damn, that's nice." That's exactly what I respond. You know. So basically, he was like, "Let's go. I'm gonna take you to this one booth. This girl, when she bent down, you can see her whole almonds out." And then I was like, "Okay, let's go." And I followed him over, and then we stopped in front of the shop. Isn't that creepy? Isn't that creepy? Me on my own, when I catch that view, I'm just gonna like, "Damn, that's good," and then leave, do other things. But this is somebody else taking me to something that I've never seen before, so it kind of like exaggerated, you know, it kind of like dramatic, you know. So yeah, it's very dramatic. We stop at the fucking booth, right in front of the booth, and we take a view and we catch a glimpse, and I'm like, "Damn, that's beautiful," and then we walk, and then he continued talking about that shit at the shop. In other hand, I enjoy nice views, and I'm like inspired. This universe is so beautiful. I would like to see more, but not like just focus on one person. You know, that's reserved people. They do not know anything's values, and they're really fixated to one thing. They do not know what is abundance because they keep that shit in the corner, and that's the shit that they keep going back to because they're ashamed to go find her. But when more come to them, they act crazy again. Do you understand now why? When you are ashamed of your desires, what harm it does to you, especially when you refuse to learn its values. You know what? How do I learn its values? Oh, just tell yourself words, speaking to yourself, or even you can call it a prayer. It's an initiation. You put it out. It's you telling universe what you want. I'm open to learn more about these values, whatever is going on. And sometimes it's not that easy. Recently, I started listening to music again, and I'm also sensitive, so I kind of can't help but I picked up the lyrics, meanings, and whatsoever, and it really bothering me. So I do not listen to music since my spiritual awakening. I'm trying to keep my energy in check. That's what I thought. So there is like a desires. I love music, I love music, but it's like a shame desires. So I put it in the fucking corner, right? Sometimes I go back to listen to it and I feel guilty. Sometimes I go back to listen to it and I feel guilty. And what that makes me, it makes me demonizing arts, creation. I am reserving myself from creativity. I'm reserving myself from abundance. I'm reserving myself from beauty, from enhancing my experience, because I do enhance my experience. My experience is 1,000 times better when I have music. When I can watch music videos. And when I reserving it, I am closing the door to opportunities. I'm a creator myself. When I put this aside, I just close the opportunity for me to actually be creative myself. Because how the fuck do I be creative if I do not have a sense of inspiration? Yes, you can get sense of inspiration from deep within. You can make music just by listening to the wind or whatever. I'm talking about myself right now, my experience. And think about me, when I was younger, I listened to music and I get inspired to do the most. It's like Nokia released a phone for music lovers, and I was like, I want this. And ever since I bought this phone, I started making videos. That's just the connection that I have with music. It activates the creative side of me to draw. It's not just to make music, but to draw, to be creative, express myself, buy clothes, blah 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 blah. Like I said, why are you ashamed of it? It's because the ideology, it's because of your understanding that comes from limited perception. I will sometimes go back to listen to music. I listen to music and I have fun, and then I put it aside. That's why I share my Spotify Wrap last year, 2025. I only listened to music 2,000 minutes something, because I don't listen to music for real for years already. Okay, but somehow it's desires that I'm ashamed of. So somehow I just go back to it, listen to it. But my opinion about it is still the same. I do not willing to learn its values. When you feel ashamed, you do not want to pay attention to them for too long. You just want to use them to make you happy for a while, and then you shove it back to the corner. When will you get time to learn its values if you keep acting that way? So your opinion towards them is the same. Guilty, guilty, guilty. Guilty for what, bitch? That is my source of inspiration right there. Thank God I realized it. I have always wanted to buy a headphone for myself, It's just that I do not find it necessary, because like I said, I find listening to music as guilt. So why would I need a fucking headphone, Until one day, just some shit happened to me so sudden. I searched about something, came across this on the explore page, okay? And then people were talking about audiophile, people like me, who's just sensitive to music, who appreciate music, who appreciate the sound sensitively. I even bought an app. I subscribed. I paid like 50 ringgit per month, long time ago, 2016 maybe, just to listen to a high resolution music, hi-fi. I paid this much money just to listen on a fucking airport. But that's just how crazy I am to music. I appreciate music. I appreciate how it stimulates the every sensory that I have. It makes me creative. It makes me intelligent. Want to think like, how do I produce this? How do I saw that post and I'm like, maybe let me just go cop one headphone for myself. Blah. And ever since then, I started listening to music again, and now I am making music again. Feels good. Feels good to be creative. Stay invested in myself, expressing myself. You said how crazy it is. A religion a belief system demonizing something that meant to actually empowers you. Isn't it crazy? When I watch it come out videos, I cry. Not because I'm gay, I'm straight as fuck, but I cry because people want me to be ashamed so bad about expressing my truth. And what is my truth? I love art. People around me do not like arts. They demonize arts. They find arts as ridiculous. Bitch, there is no fucking ridiculous. You're ridiculous. Your life is boring. You're lame as fat motherfucker. Got the audacity to say shit to me, bitches. Get alive. Your ashamed desire, it was in your subconscious somehow, and then you are called to watch these videos. And now that I say it out loud with clarity, it is in your conscious mind. After this, you'll know how to act when you come across some shit and then you call it names because you're trying to be defensive. You're trying to defend part of you that want to keep it hidden, but now it's out in the open and you're ashamed of it, and then you're projecting your anger towards it. Well, it's legit, it's valid to react like that, although I'm really gonna punch your fucking face if you make it my problem. But it's still valid the way you react, because from there, from your crazy reaction is what going to lead you to your empowerment. But only if you allow it, only if you allow yourself to learn the values of that thing that you're ashamed of. I came across this one video, somebody call the idea of breaking out of religion system as sadist. So I'm like, okay, she find it sadist. I would say when you justify yourself like that, is you being defensive. That's an activation, it's good, it's initiation. First you respond to it, and then more will come in the open and challenge your defense mechanism. Be open to it, honey. Be open to it. Be open to learn its values, and then you will get yourself out from that darkness. Because whatever that keep you in darkness attracts chaos into your life. What example do I give to you more? You say people who give you hate comments because they cannot stand you in your authenticity, you being yourself. It's them expressing their anger because their comfort is being challenged by you. Something that they are hiding inside, you just do it like it's nobody's business in the open. I cannot do it, but you can do it. I hate you. I'm going to let you know that that is so wrong. You should be ashamed like me too. Fuck you, bitch. You dumb bitch. Go learn. And then you will own it like it's nobody's business too. You can wear it like it's your empowerment too. I really wanted to say you do not have to come and curse at me because of your own idiocracy, because of your own lacking. But somehow I can't help but to understand this is part of the process. At the end of the day, you can turn it into empowerment. Embrace that journey, okay? Whatever that you are ashamed of, it's your call to grow up. Grow up. First you react to it, you be stupid towards it, and then you grow up. It's a process. Don't worry about it. You can shame whoever you want to shame, but at the end of the day, it reflects your issues with yourself and your lack of mindset in that matters. That's about it. Bye.